This is a great talk as always, and very informative, scholastic, I would say. A question, in terms of definition, we all are clinical people, and I was rounding in even this week. People are using MetALD. Every patient with alcohol and having obesity or diabetes, they're using MetALD, even if they're drinking more than 6 drinks, male, more than 5 drinks, female. Of course, it has a prognostic importance, and alcohol also can lead to metabolic syndrome. So, in your practice, do you believe that, that distinction that, okay, if you're having metabolic syndrome along with drinking between 2 to 5 for female or 3 to 6 drinks per day for male is met ALD, and beyond that it's only ALD, or you'll still think that metabolic syndrome has a huge impact and we should use the term met ALD for them. Again, I it's not based on any guidance, but practical speaking. Second question is in the same context. We have patients who stop drinking. Mm, I'm not talking about alcohol associated hepatitis, but they stop drinking sometimes they say 2 years ago, 3 years ago, and still has metabolic syndrome and history of heavy drinking. So, how do you categorize them?
Yes. So, Prashant, thank you so much for joining, and I appreciate the comments. It's always good to see you. Um,
Likewise. Thank you.
I share in your concern about the loose interpretation and use of the term MET-ALD, right? Because you and I both work in transplant centers, and I didn't show this data, but in our approach and candidate selection with the diagnosis of ALD, it's very different in terms of how we, approach that patient and accept them as candidates for transplant versus, you with that diagnosis compared to other diagnoses such as HCC or MASLD, right? And so, um, when you use the term MET-ALD, as a combination of both ALD, alcohol, and metabolic factors, then it can kind of soften, the diagnosis and therefore make it maybe more acceptable for patients to undergo transplant, for example. So I am a strong believer that I think that the current definition of MET-ALD is basically too permissive of
Yeah.
alcohol use. Okay. And there is very little data to support some of the thresholds that have been outlined. And basically, patients who are drinking, up to with the current definitions, basically about 5 drinks a day for men, almost 6 drinks a day, or 4, drinks a
Right.
day for women. It's way too permissive, And so, just to give you an example, in my talk, I outlined these different bottles of alcohol, right, to be used, right? So, for those of us who don't drink at all or drink, some but not very heavy amounts, okay, hopefully that's most of us, all right,
Okay.
on this call. But the 750 milliliter bottle of alcohol, of vodka, for example, right?
Yeah.
It's a pretty standard, a bottle that one would buy for a party, for example. Not the pint, but the larger bottle, but not the one with a handle, right? It's the 1/5, right?
Right.
Uh, if you were to drink that in 1 week as a man, that still just
Yeah.
fits within the definition of MET-ALD if you have that amount of drinking with metabolic factors. That could just be obesity or hypertension. Just drinking that itself will give you hypertension eventually because that's a lot of alcohol, right? But, if you think about that, most patients who don't have an alcohol problem, they're not drinking one of those bottles every week. That's a lot of alcohol, right? If you think about it practically speaking, okay? And so but again, according to the definition, that's still MetALD, although really at the borderline. So to me, that is a misclassification. It's not the appropriate approach to thinking about a patient who drinks, that much. So I think we have to be very careful with that term. And it really is, at least in the United States, fits with more of the phenotype of the kind of binge drinking on the weekends kind of patient that also has MASLD. Okay. Now,
Mhm.
it's a bit of a stereotype, but that is more of the phenotype rather than a daily drinker of, heavy amounts of alcohol. So the football watching, heavy man who drinks a six pack or more on the weekends, but then during the week doesn't drink very much. Yeah, that's going to be a Met ALD patient. Yes, the presence of diabetes and binge drinking. That's a synergistic combination that will lead to more advanced liver disease than your typical MASLD patient. That's the point of of that diagnosis, to recognize that that's a different phenotype. They're not MASLD patients. They're not quite ALD patients because most of them, they don't have AUD because they're only drinking on the weekends or during the World Cup, for example, right? And so and we should, categorize them differently. But to use that and then widely, just because they have metabolic risk factors, label them as ALD. I think that's a mistake. Um, and so in those cases, I often say they have patients with ALD with metabolic risk factors, right?
Right.
ALD with diabetes. And I think in our minds, those patients are sicker. They are different than
Yes,
just the ALD patients. And so,
definitely.
and they're likely often presenting in a more advanced stage, when you're taking care of them. And I'm sorry, I forgot your second
The
question.
second question is same. The patient said, "Oh, I stopped drinking 2 years ago."
Oh, yes, right.
So they had heavy history of heavy drinking.
Yes, yeah.
So would you still
Yeah.
say that they have ALD, right?
Yeah. Question is sort of timing, right?
Right.
Yes. So
This is not alcohol hepatitis, but still they have ALD, even if they stop drinking, and they may have metabolic factors.
right. So I think that's just the limitations about how we understand time and how we categorize it. But in my mind, if a patient has had alcohol use disorder and heavy drinking for, I would say, at a minimum of 2 years, daily drinking that fits within ALD, a lot of sort of experts' opinion think this way as well. Then they will forever be diagnosed as having ALD because that's the largest sort of contribution to their current status of liver fibrosis. Even though at this point perhaps they haven't had any alcohol at this point, what's left is a more MASLD profile,
Right.
unless they probably have had no alcohol for 5 years. Okay,
Right.
because that's sort of the sort of abstinence threshold at which return to drinking is very, very rare. Okay,
Mm, mm,
um, then you could probably say that they're still ALD. But let's say they have had no alcohol for 5 years. They've never had alcohol pancreatitis or ALCEP. Then it's, I think, more open for discussion about how you would label them. But in a way, it doesn't really matter anymore, right? They have some form of steatotic liver
yeah.
disease. But I do think it's important because, your approach to understanding whether they may have recurrent alcohol problems
Right.
and assessing that with PEth and treatment might be different.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Jalal. Great question and excellent points made by Dr. M. I just wanted to highlight that I think Dr.